Yeah, so today I wanted to make some sort of Stevie Ray Vaughan influenced patch because I've been listening to some of the old albums the last few days, and I know this is quite possibly like heresy. There's absolutely nothing digital about Stevie Ray Vaughan's playing and sound, and a lot of it is actually to do with volume. Because obviously if you look at the old videos, there are like a lot of like really big amps turned out quite loud, thick strings, low tuning. So it's all quite real, the way that the sound was coming from his fingers, so to speak, from the playing. So I would suggest first of all, Strat, quite low output pickups, quite scooped pickups like Texas Special. These are some, I think they're called 5762 custom shop. I really like these. This suit this guitar quite well. I'm not tuned down to E flat, but again, I quite suggested, and I have nines. So just for because the music that I play is not quite as close to this. But if you can put maybe like 11s and get tuned down to E flat, that would probably get you close to the sound. A lot of this stuff is actually to do with like dynamics, so to speak, like how hard you play. As a matter of fact, you can see the way that Stevie Ray plays. There's tons of downstrokes. There's a lot of that, so to speak. There's a lot of there's a lot of downstrokes. Quite hard playing as well. Apart from maybe some of the cleaner, that style of playing, so to speak, which is a lot more like softer in a way. As I said, it's quite hard to get that the natural resonance that you get from playing at a certain volume. I think that's the downfall of all modulars, unless there's a way to achieve that, because I know there's like a feedbacker in there, but there wasn't enough DSP to make it work. And obviously I could have some kind of monitor that would create that the natural feedback, but maybe there is a way to do it. If you know a way to do that without using any monitoring, let me know. But the things that I've used here are the US Dripman, which is a bassman. And I have another Fender Impulse Response, which is a 112 Deluxe. I've used a tremolo for that, that. And the reverb is a Hot Springs, quite long dwell, kind of Fenderish type thing. Not so much drip, quite a bit of high cut, and mix, to taste. These are all templates, as I always say. I would say for this one, you will need a Strat, to get that kind of sound. And I've seen very many videos of him playing with a Gibson. There are some tunes where you can tell it's not a Strat, where he's playing the jazzier things, but I would say most sounds are from Strats, so to speak. The distortion that I've used, the overdrive that I use, is a 2-screamer. As you can see, the gain is really low. It's more to push the amp. It could probably even be lower. It's more about the volume. It's more about the volume, the front end of the amp, so to speak, as much as you can simulate that in a digital, in the Helix, so to speak. And then in terms of the rotary, whatever you want to call it, Leslie, this is the Vibe rotary, a stereo. And I think this is my favorite of all I think there are 3 or 4 Leslie simulation. It's a bit darker than the other ones. But I quite like it. And the trick here is the mix, because I think if you mix at 100%, it's too dark, as much as it sounds really like sitting next to a rotary speaker. I find that getting that mix right. You get enough of the original sound, so obviously when you turn it off, it's not too different. So you can get, that's the trick, I think, with that effect. And obviously the top pedal on that, the top foot switch, sorry, goes too slow. So you can hear, you can change the speed. Let's make it a bit more. Yeah, that's the preset really I tried to get. And obviously, if you wanted to change something, sometimes I've heard some recordings with like a univibe. There are some recordings with like a univibe, some phaser here and there, but I think it was still the univibe. So I think, again, as I said, this is a template more than anything, and to adjust to taste, to adjust to your guitar, really. Of course, these are all files that are contained into that patches zip file that you can download for free on my website. Of course, donations are, there's a link for donation I'll show in a minute. Greatly appreciated. Thank you to all people that donated while they downloaded. It seems to be quite popular. I can see, the downloads, so it's in the hundreds now. And there are about, I think, 49 patches. Some of these have some of these folders have multiple patches, and each one of them have a link. You can see this has quite a few patches in there, and everyone has a link to the video that is relative to those patches, so you can actually see what that patch is about and how it's made and how it sounds like. There's some NAMM profiles in there as well if you use that NAMM plugin. Again, you can download here from this page, which I will link to the description, in the description and in the pinned comment, models patches. And here, if you feel generous, you can add a donation, which is, again, greatly appreciated. It keeps me going in terms of, adding lessons and licks and sounds and all sorts of stuff to this channel, which has just gone past the 4,000 mark, and I would like to get it to 5,000. So if you're not subscribed, please do so. And again, this is all very much appreciated. All right, that was it for today. Very short video, just a bit of an experiment. Let me know if you enjoyed it, if you hated it, and anything in between. Leave a comment. And otherwise, subscribe, like, share, all the usual stuff. And if you could, share it online on social media, or any social media repost, everything will help the channel. Is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.